Hi, and welcome to Odyssey of Ascension. This is Roxanne. Thank you all for tuning in. Today's Friday is channeling, and we have a big room. We've got lots of people here. It's pretty exciting. And I don't think I have any announcements. There's an idea that we're going to do. I think it's going to be the live Q&A that we did, but no, we're not going to like run 4 hours. I think what we're going to do is the interaction with talking with people is key. It's one thing to ask a question in time. By the time the question is answered, there's a whole new relative reality to yourself. So in the idea of the now, in the interaction, you get a feedback, a teaching, and I think that's where we want to go. So maybe we're going to do like a once a month live Q&A, but we're only going to take the first 50 questions. 25.
Yeah, I was going to say.
25 questions.
Yeah, it's kind of ambitious.
Because they talk a lot.
And you're going to go to...
Yeah.
Yeah, and you'll still be 4 hours.
And you have to confirm that you're going to do that. So we'll do the first 25, and you got to show up. You got to be there. But you don't have to. That's a choice. I'm just saying that'd be nice if you were there, because to show up and be in the room live with us on Zoom like we did the live Q&A. So anyways, we're playing with that idea as well as some other stuff. So, oh, air conditioning. It's still hot here. We're back into the 90s. We had a nice week last week. It was lows in the 60s, in the upper 60s, lower 70s. Great sleeping weather. Wow. And then it goes, oh yeah, I'm Texas. I'm supposed to be hot. So we're right back into the 90s, but of course, we love the heat. All right, let's get to channeling. Let's see who's coming. Here we go. And greetings to the collective, Yael civilization, not in the idea of one that you may have produced in your memorandum as that idea of being the idea, Yael, in your head. Stave off any idea of references of the past, and maybe today you'll expand beyond something. Can I ask you all a question? What if everything you thought about the future immediately shifted and diminished into nothingness, and you were all of a sudden on a completely different timeline, a completely different reality, a completely different memory, a completely different self? Well, you can be, of course, because you're God focusing. That's what you are. So on the idea of hopes and dreams in the future of our idea interaction, and said 5-10 years from now, being the idea second species to interact with you, maybe 15 years. But of course, after the idea the aliens show up, you already know that. Well, what if that doesn't happen? Where does your life go from there? If you are thinking about, oh, the Yael, the starships, the lights, the 100 days of UFO contacts, it's going to take care of itself. You have to be the vibration to experience yourself in the bliss of now potential. I want you to understand something. Maybe you can look at something. The idea of the Yael civilization is just being. We're not planning this with you. It's already. I am there and you are there. In whatever way you see there to be. But you're looking to be there, which means this now is not being now, it's looking to be another now. How does that feel? How does that move your reality? Is there something else you could be doing in this now? Because this now is already taken care of. And if you don't think about this now, maybe you don't even concern yourself about that now. Making it this now. Maybe there's something else you can do for yourself today. Maybe you can come and visit us in your mind on the reality you are already living. But you have to be the vibration now. You have to understand something. How you feel about that thought. Everything is vibration. Maybe you can understand you are tacticians of vibrations, masters. You just very well versed in one, humanity. But being human is not the paradigm that you are in concerns of time. See, I am a Yael. I am a projection of my whole self. I have no concerns about me being God, because I am God. I have no appetites to be other than Yael. So I express myself as what I feel myself to be. I do not have hesitation attributes. I don't second guess. I don't have hindsight 20/20. I don't rely on others to give myself encouragement. I don't rely on others to feed my lack, because I have no such attributes. I am Yael, being the version of myself expressed with no limits. You are being the idea of humans, but you have an option to relate to humans. See, I'm not going to stop being Yael. Let me explain that. I am the now, and the now is forever, so I am Yael forever. I am experiencing this portion of me. Who is the me, though? The me is not contained, as you view yourself to be contained, and paradigming me as an object idea, as a Yael, putting your own borders upon me, called contained only as a Yael. See, that's what you're missing. My forever as a Yael is not detrimental. It is endless. But I am also expressed at the same time myself as other selves, the expression of nows from the multidimensional one that I am. This is the idea of humans, is to discover this while they are forgotten about it, if you will. You get to know that you're God relating to a projection. But the projection now, humanity, is an option. You move your self back to awareness. See, that's the gift you gave yourself to be a human, is you don't have to keep thinking about the human attributes. We used importance today. The idea of first contact. When's it going to happen? How exciting? What is it going to be like? Well, that's nothing to do with now, and now is everything. And if you knew yourself now, as you are, you would already know the outcome, already lived it, experienced it, and this self from that self becomes one self, so it's already over in time. So you can take care of that. I wonder what's next. The exploration of the now, I would say, the exploration of the self that has no constitutions of betterment. It doesn't have any decrees of lack. It doesn't seek others' envy nor admiration. And it doesn't stand upon a soapbox and demand others to feed it. Those are all wonderful attributes of discovery of limitation we observe and is within our DNA as an idea of expression. Oh, we can be obtuse and arrogant, but not the same quality. Because the quality is an idea of I am that from a standpoint of observation as well as experience. You became the quality of limitation without option. You didn't know there was other than. The discovery of the self that is other than leads to a self that is seeing a projection called human. That human is now the idea of the marionette to the self, the marionette to the belief systems of an authority, mom, dad, teachers, income, employers, things of value that you measure and place on categories and moving your reality to succumb yourself to these attributes. Maybe you can see that this is a potential today. We are already that. You are already that. What are you not, is what I ask. Does the dominion of the mind beg you to become better in attributes of reference points you already know? In other words, do you dream of money or grandeur of security and big idea houses or objects of images that keep you safe and comfortably rocked in the blanket of your own isness? Is that what you dream of, that you're worthy of? Or can you allow the now to give you vibrations that are uncomfortable, out of bounds, don't make sense, fairy tales, bullshit, things that don't fit in my world? Well, if you are now and you are God, and you are, then there is nothing that is inaccessible to you in the here and the now. So your conscience can literally shift to the conscience that's playing on this timeline, that's now vacationing on the purple idea moons of Endora, the planet Endora. And we call it the purple moons because that's the hue it leads, and it's a beach that runs around the planet. And everyone's on the beach. One half is water, the other half is beach. Behind the beach, not much there, because everyone's at the beach. And guess what? There's enough space. Because everyone creates the space because the planet is that of your world. So you go there and you vacation. So I'm wondering if you can actually go and feel the heat of the brown sand. It's almost rustic. Can you see the hue of the water? It's a blue-green. Can you see the horizon that's not orange, that hues in the idea of the elevation of purple, greens into purple through the yellow bands, and then into the purple idea reflections of the Dora's moons. I'm wondering if you can see that and then go there by just being it, but not lackfully, not willingly hopeful, not trying to be, not desiring to be, because that's a basis of I'm not. And see, you are that in the now. And the quality of the interaction between the vibrations of that planetary system and this idea is now becoming familiar. You are becoming familiar with aliens now. That's why we get to show up soon. Because you're not afraid anymore. A lot of you are, but most of you, through the idea of awakening, have accepted the idea. And that vibration allows interactions at a frequency level of psyche-human trust. The interaction of the willingness of the feeling before the interaction of physical, that you know it's okay. That trust that that feeling is safe. Because you're still scared. We understand. But now that is in play with humanity, and that reality is playing out, so that will be plausible. So it's taking care of itself. Where are you now, I ask? Where is your mind now? Where does it want to go now? Can you lead yourself in a human life without being human? Can you lead yourself in a timeless out without being the dictatorship to time? Can you constitute yourself as an imaginary idea being wisping away in a dream right now? Can you relate differently to the self that you constitute once again as a democracy of life? As flags to be waved and borders to be guarded. Humanity. I am human. I am. But I am not the quality of human. I am my quality of Yael, using the DNA attributes. See, I am that. You are you. And you are most certainly not human. Play in the game of the etherics. Feel yourself vibrationally moving away from the bounds of humanity's attributes of limitations, the cause and effects, the blames, the games. Be the airy, lofty, uncomfortable self that circulates in the wind of its own vortex. And understand yourself in these thoughts and these thoughts and these vibrations and connections are reality is. The more acceptance that you do of everything that comes into the beautiful mind that is God, then the more you will become remembered to the self. It is an effortless journey. You make it hard because you were taught that. You make it hard because it feels good to have an outcome, an accomplishment, a badge of honor upon the chest that you parade around as worthy, when you have already been chosen and your worthiness is not in question, save you questioning your own worthiness. The Yael civilization would like to say, we are going to be here more and more. If it is not in your world, in the interaction of the now, have no concerns or hopes or dreams or try to get at the front of a line, because there is no line. There's the now of your vibration, and the worthiness allows itself to go beyond. Go beyond by being worthy in the now, and choose that of your heart, rather than the separated mind depleting your own isness that's already been given. Yael bids you a good day. Thank you, Roxanne. Thank you. Excellent. And thank you guys so much. We'll get this up and we'll see you Wednesday, and I think we'll figure out how we're going to do this Q&A thing. Because it's really fun. It really is. It is. It's just
When do I submit my questions?
not yet.
No. But I mean, like,
I'll let you know. Yeah.
okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm ready.
All right, guys. I love you so much. Yeah, rock your fucking world. Bye.